Did you ever notice other people going past you on the promotional ladder, on the career ladder, who you thought were perhaps not good enough, not as good as you? I worked on this project once and I was responsible for delivering a digital TV channel, and it was right at the beginning, and I was directing the project building this digital TV channel. I was responsible for managing the tech teams, the design teams, the strategy, the relationships with the channels, and I worked alongside this guy called James, and his responsibility was content. He was mainly focused on content. Now I walked in at pretty much 7:30 every morning. I worked my arse off all day, and I'd be lucky to get out of the office by sort of 8 or 9. James walks in about 10:30 in the morning, gets himself a coffee, sits down, does some emails, goes and has a chat with our boss, goes and has a chat with other directors in the company, wanders around, comes back to his desk, does a few more emails, and then sort of leaves the office about 3, going to business meetings. At the end of the project, at the end of the year, when we had delivered that digital TV channel, I was certain, it was like the signature service of the whole company. I was certain that I was going to get promoted, I was going to get a bonus, and I'd really been responsible for getting that off the ground. When the CEO announced all the promotions and sort of the end of year, we recognise blah, 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 guess who got the promotion? Guess who got the credibility and the promotion for that project? Yeah, James. Not me, James. I was furious, absolutely furious. I went home, About a week later, it really the penny dropped for me, and I realised that the reason James got the promotion and got the credibility for that project had nothing to do with who was competent and who did most of the work. Actually, James did one key thing that I didn't do. And that one key thing that James did that I didn't do, which was the most important thing to do, is he communicated up. He did it all the time. He chatted to our boss much more than me. He chatted to the CEO much more than me. He talked to the other directors in the business, and he spent a good chunk of his time developing those relationships. And by developing those relationships, it meant that James was totally front of mind to them. And when it came to the promotions, he'd already chatted his way into the next position up. I, on the other hand, had been so focused on doing that project, getting that project live, that I hadn't done any of that. And that's the difference. The difference is, if you don't communicate up, you're not on people's radar, and therefore your career, the people that are going to promote you, give you bonuses, progress your career, are the ones that you need to communicate to. And I'm not suggesting in any way that you shouldn't work hard on the projects that you have. What I'm suggesting is, without that communication piece, without that communication layer, then your hard work is only going to get you so far. And if you need to find out more about how to communicate up, how to influence up, all you've got to do is go to www.youandlaura.com and set up a call, and we can talk about putting in place a strategy to do exactly that. Influence up and make sure you're front of mind. That's www.youandlaura.com.